I'm Clint Grover with Never Done Industries, and today I'm going to give you guys a review, a winter snow and ice driving review on the new BFGoodrich TA KM3 Mud Terrain tires. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to test traction not only on snow but also on ice, both starting, stopping, and then I'm going to look at some stability stuff when turning and things like that under acceleration and deceleration. So here we go. As you can see here, we are on a road that has been unplowed. We've got a couple inches of snow on it. It's a backcountry road. It's typically a gravel road. So we're just gonna cruise down here and see kind of how it does, how these tires do. We're in the 2005 Ford Super Duty. It's got the V10 in it. Currently we're in four-wheel drive. Right now everything seems to be going pretty good. We're doing about 25 miles an hour. It's a bumpy road, but I'm certainly not feeling like we're having any issues with traction. You can see here that somebody else has been down this road before us. So I'm going to go ahead and slow down here, and I'm going to take it from four-wheel drive and put it into two-wheel drive and see how these tires do. Alright, we're in two-wheel drive. I'm going to do a slow start. The tires didn't even spin. Not anything at all. So that felt really good, and it's kind of got me wondering how they would do with a fast start. So I'm going to go into braking. I'm going to do a 20-mile-an-hour brake first, and then we'll do a start. So 20 miles an hour, slam on the brakes. So we slid. They handle just like a mud terrain on the slippery stuff. Alright, so let me get it straightened out here. We'll see how they do in two-wheel drive. I'm not going to hammer it, but I'm going to give it a little bit more aggressive start. Alright, we're spinning and going sideways here, so we might as well do some, have some fun. Yeah, they have no traction at all in two-wheel drive. Although, I will say the steering is very stable feeling. Like they're grabbing the snow. It's slippery, but they're grabbing it. That's nice. Let's try that same thing in four-wheel drive. I'm going to slam on the brakes again. You can hear the ABS. Brrr. It stopped fine. It did slide a little bit. So let's grab four. Hey, we're in four-wheel drive. And this time I'm going to hammer it and see what it does. Ooh, she's grabbing. Oh, yes. Yes. Power. Those things are good. Those are way better than the open country MTs I had on here before on this particular type of surface. So what we've got is like I say, we got a couple of inches of snow, but the sun's been out all day today, and it's kind of making it wet, like really good snowball snow. So it's a little bit slippery. It's not like a powder where it's, you've got a good surface underneath it. It's wet. So I'm gonna cruise over here and see if I can find some other roads, some paved roads, and we're gonna try the same type of tests on those. Alright, so on our way over to some pavement, I've come across a whole bunch of slush. The snow's starting to melt and it's getting really slushy. And it's not really bad right here where I'm at, but yesterday when I was driving it was really bad, super thick, heavy slush, really wet. And one of the things that I'm noticing about these tires, and that I noticed yesterday about these tires, is that they just grab like fistfuls of that slush. So if both sides of your vehicle, the passenger side and the driver's side, are both in the slush, it feels really stable, like it's really grabbing a hold of that slush and keeping you going forward. It feels heavy because the slush is heavy and it kind of bogs your vehicle down a little bit. But if just one of your tires goes into the slush and the other one's on dry pavement, holy crap, you better be hanging onto your steering wheel because it just grabs and just yanks you into that slush. So if you were on like an icy road that also had some slush sitting on top of it, I would definitely be going awfully slow if you're running these KM3s, because as soon as they see that slush, man, they're gonna grab it tight. And I'm kind of fighting my steering wheel here while I'm talking to you about it. Okay, so here we are on a paved road and we've got a little bit of this slush. Let me show you a little bit here. Oh, I'm fighting it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's pulling my steering wheel everywhere that it hits slush. So I'll go into some on the driver's side. It's not too bad right there. It's not that deep. There we went. This stuff isn't the super gnarly stuff that I was talking about yesterday, but it definitely, with those great big open lugs on these tires, they look cool, but they really grab a whole bunch of the slush, which is kind of cool if you're trying to throw slush out the sides. So when you try to go on the backcountry roads, that's what you're going to deal with. You got 800 million sheep and a giant freaking dog. I'll roll up my window, that bastard can reach in here. Woo! 2 giant dogs. Alright, so we've got another road over here. This one has a little bit more snow, and the snow is a little bit more powdery. So we're going to go ahead and do a 4-wheel drive launch again, up to about 20 miles an hour, and then we're going to brake check it from there and see how they do in 4-wheel drive braking in this stuff. So here we go. Okay, brake check. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That was actually from about 25 miles an hour. I got a little bit ambitious on the throttle. Traction is very good. I'm very impressed with that. They're handling much better in the powdery stuff than they were on the slush, wet, snowball snow. So I'm going to go ahead and cruise down this road at a little bit more speed and see kind of how they do. It's kind of a crappy road, you know. We're out away from everybody where they haven't plowed or anything yet, and so, you know, we're going to be bouncing around and the truck will be rattling and making a little bit of noise, but we're going to give these tires a fair test. So right now we're up to about 30 miles an hour. Everything feels fine. We're still in 4-wheel drive. I don't feel like we've got any kind of concerns or anything. Steering wheel feels stable. You can see as I'm putting in input, it's going back and forth. We have plenty of traction. That was a little bit of a deep snow pile right there in the road, so that's why it kind of pulled. I am noticing that while in the slush, the tires were grabbing and pulling really hard. In this powdery stuff, they're not. They're just cutting right through it for the most part. You know, I mean, if you hit a really deep pile of it or whatever, then it'll pull you a little bit, but I mean, really, I'm very impressed with these tires in this powdery snow. I'd be willing to bet you could probably get these babies to drag you through something pretty gnarly. I haven't tested them in the mud yet, but I'm sure that these things will kick freaking butt in the mud. So right now we're getting into some really choppy, powdery snow. With fields all the way around, the snow drifts and stuff all over the place, and so it kind of gets all crazy looking out here. So let's get up here a little ways and we'll do some more action driving, we'll call it, and kind of see how they do. So it looks like our road's going to end right here, so let's get her spun around and go the other way. See, we've got some deep snow right here. We're probably 8 or 10 inches right here, and it's just walking through it like it's nothing. No problem at all. These things are good. When it comes to transitioning between you know, a dry road and a snow or slush covered road, really, for that matter. These tires are also doing very, very well. You know, we've come across areas that have been plowed, and because it's a little bit warm today, the sun's been out today, you know, the areas that have been plowed are dry, you know, for the most part. And then we come, you know, back into the country roads and where they haven't been plowed, and we're getting into some slush, we're getting into the heavy wet snow, and then we're also finding areas that are, you know, having the powder snow like I was telling you about earlier. And that transition, you know, between the dry and the snow, on some tires it's really bad. You know, you hit it and oh man, you get all loose and stuff, and with these tires it's no concern whatsoever. It goes in smooth, everything's fine as long as both tires are going into it at the same time. It's good. You know, like I said before, the heavy slush, if you just get one tire, one side of the vehicle into it, then it pulls really hard. But as far as going from dry to snowy, these babies are handling it like a champ. So I think that probably the best thing that we can do from this point, we've done a little bit of testing on the road, we've done braking, we've done acceleration, we've done some you know, winter driving speed stability testing, and we've done two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. I think probably the best thing we can do now is go back over by my house and do some spirited driving. We'll try throwing the tail out and you know, getting on the throttle a little bit and see how it handles, you know, under intentionally unsettling the vehicle. All right, let's do cool stuff. In four-wheel drive, they're a little bit too grabby for me to have fun with. So now I'm in two-wheel drive, and I'm gonna have fun. Here we go. Rocks, pull, bad, jump, throttle. When in doubt, throttle it out. Give it too much throttle, throw some snow, have some fun. Say whee again. Brake check. No brakes, throttle check. Lots of throttle. Whee! Yes. All right, there's some virgin snow over here. We're gonna go to it.
My hoopty is a big old truck with a gun rack, so I don't get stuck. I'm pimping on my bare rug, keep on living like a country thug. My hoopty is a big old truck with a gun rack, so I don't get stuck. I'm pimping.
We may as well try to spirited through here, right?
Got a bill that ain't seen stuff. Got a lot of Chevys on out the wall, but you wanna see something you ain't seen before. Got a clean job right on my right. Got a bill 460 and it's supercharged. 12 inches of left, large and in charge. Keep a cowboy half tilted to the side.
Mom, no hands. Oh, wait, we need hands.
See me fly by, got a spinning.
All right, no hands again. I'm having a really hard time finding a good land.
On my bare rug, keep on living like a country thug. It's a big old truck with a gun rack, so I don't get stuck. On my bare rug, keep on living like a country thug. Have you ever seen a saddle with 10 hooks up, or a lifted fork with chrome spinning hubs? Tip of my boots, they're covered with steel, but the back of my truck is a hot tub on wheels. I can work a cab at the
TA KM3 Mud Terrain. Thank you very much for watching. If you have anything to say, please comment below. Don't forget to like the video, it helps the channel a lot. Also, please subscribe, and if you do, click the little bell icon so that you can stay up to date on all of our new videos. Thank you again. We'll catch you on the next one.